Hello and welcome. Welcome to the show today. We're so glad that you're here. This is the Daily Reset for Success series, and we're here to help us all reset our lives so we can live a healthier, happier, more creative, and prosperous life. Our co-hosts today are myself, Marian LaSalle, and Lady Lou, the baby boomer babe, and we have Carla McDougal here. And we're all here to talk about things that are important to us, about how we keep resetting our lives. Welcome, ladies.
Hi, glad to be here.
I'm so glad.
We're always so excited to be here, and we thank all of you in the audience also for being here. And please put your comments in the little thingy under Facebook or YouTube, and we'll see them here on our screen live, and we can communicate with you. Carla, we just are so delighted. Carla McDougal has the most wonderful thing going for her that we just can't hardly wait to visit with her about.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this. And wow, reset is such an important part of life, isn't it?
It is.
I have to. Lady Lou and I talked about doing this show daily, of course. Now we didn't do it 7 days a week, but I think it's a mindset that you really need to think about, because you can just live your life day to day, having things happen to you, having things swirling around you. But if you really stop to think, you know what, take a breath, reset, okay? Because sometimes you have to do that multiple times a day, but you could do it every morning. You could literally reset your life, even if things are going haywire. The next day, it could be all better. You ever notice that?
Yeah, absolutely. I see reset and I think of the word reboot. And just like a computer, if it keeps going on and on, sometimes you miss the freshness of what is there just because you need to reboot it. And so my neighbor down the street, she said this time for their family has been a reboot. They had been so involved with her little fourth grader in the midst of, I think they were doing 16 hours a week in gymnastics.
Oh.
And she said they had missed family meals, they had missed all the kind of family conversations, but through this reboot time, they have now started back on their, dinners together, their conversations, taking hikes and walks, and she said, we're not going back to that.
Oh.
So it really has been a blessing for their family to have a reset.
Well, I know when I was growing up, that was a huge part of my life, was dinner. Well, we called it supper back on the farm. But we always had supper and lunch, usually, if it was summertime especially. And it was a very important time because we each got to talk about our things. Kids, we got things going on that people want to hear about. Yeah. My little great grandniece or great niece, I don't know what she's called, my nephew's daughter, was here this morning, and she's telling me what she's had for breakfast. Well, I had bacon, I had yogurt, and I had one other little thing. But she says, and rubbing her tummy, I'm still hungry. And she's about that big. I mean, she's a little tiny thing. So I fixed her a little bitty blueberry smoothie with some cream on it, and she just lapped it up. I mean, she wasn't hungry. She just wanted attention. Aww. And that's what it's about with the little ones. They need attention.
Mm-hmm. So
and they'll scream and cry or do something crazy if you don't give them attention. They'll get louder and louder.
Absolutely, yeah.
Carla, why don't you share with us a little bit about what you're up to right now, how you're helping with this crisis that's going on?
Yeah, so it's been a really interesting experience to see as the Lord has led us kind of into this new mission. But for this particular time period, I'm the founder of Reflective Life Ministries. And we normally are producing films and movies like this one right here called We Are Stronger. And we're creating another one right now called Breaking Strongholds. And all of these focus in on PTSD or suicide epidemic taking place today. Well, when this all hit, the pandemic with COVID-19 hit, a precious friend of mine came to me and said, I have this idea that has just kind of sprung up about the medical heroes there at the ER and COVID units, and how they can't leave because the restaurants have been shut down. They can't even leave to go get food. Cafeterias are closed.
Oh, that's right. They could go down to the cafeteria usually and grab some nourishing food.
Yeah. And so anyway, I said, well, on my side, I'm hearing people say, okay, unlike a hurricane, which Houston is so used to being hands-on and helping their neighbors, we can't do that at this point. What can we do to help? And so then within 48 hours, we just had this thought of, what if people donate? And then our hearts had been hurting for these local eateries, restaurants that were having, trouble during that time as well. We could just do a full circle. Donors come in, funds, we are able to pay for food to be delivered by the restaurants to the ER. And this is Montgomery County, just to kind of clarify. And I mean, donations started coming in. And within about the first 4 weeks, which now we're moving into the 5th week, but the first 4 weeks we had about 1,800 meals that were delivered to the various hospitals in Montgomery County. Okay. And that is truly an effort. Cassandra, she has just been the scheduler. She has been out there working to connect. She's amazing at that. And, it's the beauty of the body coming together, that have, one mission and serving the Lord together. And it's just been an amazing experience to watch all the different ones that have come in to be part of it. Couldn't have happened if it was just one person or even two. It's a collective effort of the community making a difference. Companies have it's just, it's beautiful.
Well, that makes it so easy for all of us out here who are housebound to help, because there's so often I'm thinking, what can I do? It's just little me. I can't go make a meal and take it down there. But here you've got it fixed so that we don't have to. All we do is donate. Yep. Tell us where do we go to donate for your group?
Fantastic. Yeah, you can go to Reflective Life Ministries.org. I believe it's on the screen there, and it will take you straight to that page, the Feeding the Frontline page. You can read about the process of what we're doing, the restaurants that are involved, the story of how it came about, but there's a place to donate. And we also have corporations that are donating for full meals. So a full meal to one of our hospitals usually feeds 30 people. And we've got Spirit of Texas Bank that has come alongside, and just as an example, and more to actually support or sponsor a full meal.
Wow. And one meal, as I understand it, is a $15 donation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean you have to give 15. If you've got 5 or 10 or 15, buy a meal for a doctor or a nurse or the staff. These emergency rooms are working overtime, so many of them. They don't have a chance to go home, some of them. Right. They might sleep at the hospital, for goodness sakes. And they have to have good food, not just hamburgers and French fries, though we love them, but they need something that's really perfect for their system to help them keep going and stay healthy, because they're in harm's way.
Yeah, that's one of the things the very first call we made to one of the hospitals came back and said, "Oh, we're so appreciative, but could y'all please not bring us pizza?" And so, which I love pizza, don't get me wrong, but I think that's one of the things we're doing is kind of almost bringing gourmet meals to them.
And for $15, you can't buy a gourmet meal for anything less than $40 or something.
Very
if you
nourishing.
would like to help this ministry, down below in the comments, you'll get the links. If you're listening to this on the podcast, don't worry. We have everything that you need, all the contact information, reflectivelifeministries.org. And you can reach out to people like Carla who are helping the people in the front lines to be nourished so that they can take care of those people that really need it the most. When you're sick and you're down, you need help. And if the doctors and nurses are not fed well and they don't have enough rest, then we suffer, right? So we want to make sure that you have the ability to help them out. Thank you, Carla, for doing this. Thank you for spearheading it. Thank you for promoting it. Thank you for being there. Just showing up means a lot to so many people.
Yeah,
it does.
It really does. It makes a difference in I think it's a reset for them in a way, a reboot for them. Because one of the things we do is we don't just provide the meal. We also provide a letter that they receive that talks a little bit about us. But mainly it's these donors that are leaving messages and prayers that we type in to that letter, and then they receive it. And one of the hospital interviews came back and said, we love the meals. They have blessed and blessed and blessed us. But and that's a physical, feeding. But we've also been fed spiritually because of the prayers and the encouragements. And that's as important on an emotional side of keeping that attitude, that reset.
They want to know that they're appreciated, and we don't always tell them. We're too sick to care, and we're just so glad they're there, but we don't say, thank you, we appreciate the work you're doing. Absolutely. And that's part of the nourishment that you're giving people.
It's funny because we do want to help. And like Lady Lou was right. Sometimes we feel like, what could we possibly do? We can't even leave our houses. How are we going to help these people? And this is, to me, the way that we can reach out and help everybody. Now, I'm going to give you another example of somebody that's really helping out and resetting other people's lives. So the people in the nursing homes and the personal care homes they're on lockdown. I can't even go see the lady I take care of. She has Alzheimer's. I can't even get into the community, which is good. She can't leave. So I usually take her to church and things like that. I can't. So what my church has decided to do is start sending her letters and cards. So what I do is I go in the backyard. I take these letters and the pictures they send, and I go in the backyard, and there's a glass window, and she has a cell phone on one side, and I have a cell phone on the other, and we're able to help each other out. Don't you know that even though she has Alzheimer's, she knows that people care about her. She knows that somebody is doing something from the church, even though she can't go now. They're still thinking about her.
Yeah. That's so sweet. Wow.
Yes. Every morning she wakes up and wonders, I wonder, what's going to happen today, instead of, oh man, I'm stuck in here and nobody cares about me.
Right. Wow. That is beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. That's encouraging.
Sure. And that's one of the things that I was thinking about is, if you're at home and you really feel stuck and you feel like you can't help and you want to reset how you feel about yourself, this is a great way to do that. Start writing letters, or some people are making masks, and donating them to different places. Some people are doing, you name it. I mean, I'm noticing that people are really trying to step up, and that will make you feel good. If you can give, it doesn't have to cost you money to send a note to a nursing home or to the doctors and the nurses. What about that? Do whatever it is that you feel you can do. And then you'll wake up the next morning feeling refreshed and reset.
That's right. That's awesome.
Oh, that's beautiful, Mary. I think anyone watching this program is going to look at you, Carla, and say, how did you do that? Because most of us don't have the wherewithal to know how to do such a thing as to organize this beautiful effort. So before we do that, before I ask you how that works, tell us some of the eateries, the restaurants. Tell us the names. Yeah. So if you're in Montgomery County, you can go and patronize those establishments once this thing is over.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for asking, because that is this part of it is so huge. So huge. In fact, when I'll mention the first one, Pie in the Sky, the one in Magnolia. So there's a little franchise, I believe, that's now owned for the Magnolia one. Sandra Howe, she was our very first one.
Is that the one near you, Lady
Yeah.
Lou?
It's that like that. Same. It's the franchise of that one.
Yeah. 1488, and she jumped on it, knew about it on a Thursday, and Friday she takes the first meal. And it's just been such a blessing working with her. Highly recommend going. And when you do, just give them a thank you, because they've worked so hard. In fact, we called yesterday for they delivered a meal last night. And then yesterday afternoon late, we called and said, hey, we need to have another meal delivered at lunch. Can you do it? I'm there. I am there. I mean, just a heart of giving, a heart of service. Another one has been Sweet Tea Catering out of Conroe. And Kelly has just been there from the very beginning, bringing gourmet meals. And she's another one. It doesn't matter. She was up at 4 this morning working on breakfast to take to one of our hospitals. And just incredible. If you go to Feeding the Frontline on Facebook, you can look for it's like a cross with a fork and a knife in it. That's kind of the logo. Look for that particular Feeding the Frontline, and you can just scroll through and see all those pictures. Another restaurant that's been phenomenal has been Eden Cafe on 1488. We love Eden Cafe. In fact, Ulysses Laramendi, who's the owner, he is, as I pulled this up, he's the lead actor in We Are Stronger. So it's kind of fun, but he's been fantastic. Another one is Mackenzie's Barbecue out of Conroe, as well as Fry's Backyard Cafe out of Tomball has been awesome. And then Paley and the Woodlands has been fantastic too. So it's been set. And then there's a few more that have kind of come in and out, but those have kind of been our main ones that we've worked with that have been right there. They've been on the front line, if you want to put it that way.
Okay, so Pie in the Sky, Sweet Tea, what?
Sweet Tea Catering.
Okay.
Eden Cafe. Fry's.
Frys?
Frey apostrophe S. Fry's Backyard Cafe. The Big Mackenzie's Barbecue. Paley, Peli. They've been fantastic as well. We've also had Blue Door Coffee Cafe that has been part of it at the very, very beginning. So we've had a few kind of in and out, but those others have been the main go-tos.
Now,
and they're there all the time.
Do those restaurants have curbside pickup now?
They do.
They do.
They have curbside pickup. They have a few of them have delivery, I believe. But as of Friday, they get to open up. 25% of capacity gets to open up. So I think they're excited about that.
Wow. So you can patronize them now if you want a takeout meal.
Oh, yeah. And they are all so good.
Oh, I love Eden's. I've been there, and I've been to Pie in the Sky, the one over in Conroe. They're beautiful. All of the restaurants are wonderful.
And what's been fun is all the owners are the ones that are going and delivering the meals.
I hope I spelled those right. I could not find them on your website.
But... Catering, eating. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay,
yeah.
Good.
Good job. Yeah.
Right. Well, because we want to give them full credit and kudos, because, I mean, who would have even thought of this? This is so brilliant. So you said a friend came to you, and within 48 hours, the whole thing was in place. So
Yeah.
could someone do it in another county like Harris County?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Somebody should pick that model up and do that. That's a great idea. I mean, I'll give you a little quick story behind Kelly with Sweet Tea Catering. With tears, she told us that before this came along, it looked like they were going to have to fold.
Oh.
And when they started in with us, it is what boosted them, reset them, boosted them, whatever you want to say, through being able to get to, that just this particular time. Now, it's just been amazing. The people that have come alongside them, and now they're doing well. They're doing well. So.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
See, people do want to help. People do want to donate to that. The restaurants are it's a wonderful opportunity to give back.
It sure is.
To do something that will make you feel that you're really doing something.
Yeah.
For the first week, a lot of people were telling me, I just sat on the couch and caught up on my TV and my rest, And then after that, it was like, okay, let's get to work. What can we do? What can we do to help? Now, I was in Hurricane Harvey, and so was one of the ladies that we take care of. She only lives about 5 blocks as the crow flies, but we couldn't get to her. Unless you had a boat, you weren't going to get to her. And so after it was over and the water receded, people came from all over the country to help. I literally had about 30 people in my house tearing out all the walls and helping us try to do the best that they could to get the carpet out and everything and scrape the floors up. Literally, they took time out of their day, out of their week. They took their vacation time and came here to help.
Yeah.
People do want to help. I know they do. They just have to have direction.
Yeah.
So
it's a very different type of help. This is very different for us.
Yeah.
In this area. We are so used to floods and hurricanes and being there to, like you said, to pull out the carpet and physically, but this is a very different experience for us.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on.
We've got to be creative. We got to be creative in how we help and do and all of that.
If somebody wanted to do what Lady Lou suggested and maybe started in their own county, could they get a hold of you so that you could at least point them in the right direction?
Absolutely, yeah. You can. We've got it set where you can go to info@reflectivelifeministries.org and just send us a message, and we would be happy to just share the model of how this works.
Beautiful. Oh, I can see them springing up all over the county because Harris County is humongous, and they'll be needing more than just 1 or 2 or 3. So anybody,
we're focused. I think wherever you're you live and planted, as far as the organization is concerned, you can help take care of your area, but you move too much further out and it's hard to keep that regulated. So it's really much better to share the model with another organization that can then start it in their area. I mean, how amazing would it be that this would be a grassroots that develops and grows into other counties, and you've got it set to where when crisis happens, they're ready to go. I mean, we've got it set ready that when crisis happens, we can call upon those, and I think that we've got a pretty awesome little model going on. So
I think you do too. We're very pleased to be having you not only on the show today, but to also help promote what you're doing. Now, I don't live in Montgomery County, but it really doesn't matter. What it matters is that we are spreading the word of the things that are good in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're coming together. And I think that's part of what the reset for this world is, not just our neighborhoods. The whole world is resetting with this COVID stuff. And we have to be grateful. I mean, don't fear it. Be grateful, because it is getting people saying, oh, my whole life is upside down. Now what? That's the reset. Get with it. Open that little box you've been in. Take the bow off and get in there and find out what it is. And then come out of the box and create. We're all creators.
Yeah, I like I like the wording you used, Carla. Nourishing the medical heroes
Yeah.
instead of feeding. You could have used the word feeding, but nourishing is so important here because we all need nourishing, not just with food, but with, just like you said, our words, our thoughts, our feelings. We need to nourish each other with uplifting messages of love and hope and caring. And you're doing that in the best way that you possibly can. So if you're out there watching this today, if you're listening to our podcast, I want you to know that we're behind you. If you feel like you have a calling to nourish somebody, some organization, we would love to talk with you about that and to help you get going. We're just really all about living a healthier, happier, more creative life, and then we have to help each other do that. Because I can have an idea, but I might not know how to carry that idea out. I might need a mentor or someone to talk to see, well, how do I get started? A friend of mine and yours was in a fire, and she, lost one of her children, and she was burned, and she was in a coma. And when she came out of it, she had to, of course, be nourished by the doctors, and everybody had to help her. But as soon as she was up and on her feet, she wanted to turn around right away and help other people who have either been in the situation or fire prevention, that type of thing. And that's what I want to highlight.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Marion's talking about, give them her name, Marion.
Justina Page. She is amazing.
And if you just Google her, you will find her. Justina Page, Page. She's just beautiful woman.
I was looking around for her book yesterday because she's got this book. It's called The Purple Pages, and it's massive, and it's so awesome. Yes, we had Justina on our show a couple weeks ago, so if you want to go back and look at it, you can. This is the type of thing that people might need help with getting started. And I love what Lady Lou said. You really could. You could start this in your own community, or join someone like Carla and help out that way. You don't necessarily have to create it. You can join somebody else that's already doing something cool.
I think that's a very good point, Miriam, because it really is about pulling together the ideas. If it was just one, I don't think you'd have the strength. Think about, when a cart is pulled by one mule, it doesn't have the force. But when they're yoked together with two, and they're going in the same direction, and they're yoked, and the strength that they have to pull that cart is 4 times as much, not just even 2. And so if you pull together, I'm big on breaking down walls of territories and organizations working together to accomplish the things that God has planned. And it's been amazing to see how that has been that's a big part of what Reflective Life Ministries is working with other nonprofit organizations to help them get their mission out. So, so that's a big part of what we do. I think that was a really good point, is let's do it together.
That is just so good. Yeah, we're so tickled that we could bring this information to our group and our community, Carla, because we support what you're doing. This is so needed. And anybody out there who's listening, please think of how you can help, because this can all be done from your living room, from your computer. And that's my phone. Sorry, I forgot to take it off of the hook. Anyway, it's such a wonderful thing for everybody to just join together.
I'll mute you for a second. She's been muted. She hates to be muted, I'm sure, but she could take her phone off the hook now if she wanted to, because she needs to take us out.
That's funny. I appreciate you guys so much. And you're a big part of the puzzle as well, because you're the connectors to getting the word out to others. And that's where, it's a big puzzle. We're puzzled together. So
it's okay, Marion. Am I back?
Yes, you are.
I'm back. Well, thank you, Carla. My goodness, I just love you, and
Love
I
you
don't even
too.
know you yet. I can't wait to meet you in person, give you a big hug, and I think a lot of people may feel that way too, because you took action, and we know taking action is the key to doing anything or getting anything done. So you just get out there and do it. So, any final words?
I just want to thank both of you for who you are and how you're making a difference in the community as well. And it takes all of us. So
It does. And Marion, any words?
I'm just grateful that y'all are here, and we want to hear from you. If you want to reach out to Carla and help nourish the medical heroes, we want to hear about it. So let us know what you do and how you're doing it, and how we can help. Thank you for coming today.
Yeah.
bye. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And our umbrella company, if you will, umbrella name is Natural Curiosity. You can find us there on YouTube, Facebook, and the podcast stations, so that you can go and listen to our shows if you want to do it on the go. And just keep coming back and enjoying our shows, and let us know if you have a show that you'd like to see. And if you want to be on our show, we'd be loving to have you come in. The camera is very friendly, and we will just have to see you next time on Down the Road. Thank you for being here. We love
Bye
you.
for now.
Bye bye.